Good evening and welcome to Your Time to Shine, a radio show designed to help and empower you to explore your own divine gifts. Good evening, everyone. I am your host, Julie. How are you this evening? I don't know about you, but I'm still feeling the really intense energy that's playing out. That's probably going to be playing out until the end of the year. I've had my real highs, I've had my real lows, and then everything in between. So just be gentle with yourselves in the upcoming weeks, especially with the holidays coming on and the mad rush of everything. Just remember to come back to center and focus on yourself, because there is a lot of high intense energy going on out there, playing with our emotions, especially for all you empaths out there. So make sure that you're taking extra loving care of yourself, which actually brings us to our topic for tonight, talking about loving yourself, complimenting yourself. And as humans, we find it very, very hard to do this. We can give compliments to people all day long. And then when it comes to either complimenting ourselves or even taking on a compliment, we want to tell that other person all the things that are wrong. You know, someone comes up and they says, "Oh my gosh, I love your hair today." And you say, "Oh, well, thanks. But it didn't quite go in right. And I kind of wish it was a little more straight or a little more curly," or whatever the case is. Part of taking responsibility of loving ourselves and respecting ourselves is to simply be in the gratitude of saying thank you. And I know it's taken me a really long time to be able to do this. When people give me compliments, I know for a lot of us, people will give you a compliment and you feel kind of self-conscious and you don't know what to do with it. And I have really, over the last few years, have really made an effort to just say thank you and nothing more. Because for me, it's a lot easier just to say thank you rather than try to add to it or make it wrong or anything else. So for me, that has been part of what I've been working on as far as my self-love. The other thing is, have you ever sat and looked in a mirror? I mean, really looked in a mirror and really looked at yourself in your eyes and gave yourself a compliment, said, "Wow, I am beautiful." Remember, coming back to those words, "I am," that I keep talking about in the radio show, and how powerful those are and how they bring that energy into you once you call in the I am. I am beautiful. I am energetic. But if you've ever really stopped to take a moment and really look yourself in the eyes, in the mirror, it takes you deep into your soul. It's really hard to say a lot of these things, especially to look in the mirror and say, "I love you." One of the hardest things for us to do. And know that before we can love anybody else or give our heart to anybody else, we have to first be able to fill in with our own love and be okay with loving ourselves. And that, like I said, is so hard. Even for me, it is really hard. I went to a women's retreat, which actually started this entire process of my journey of mediumship and where I've come from. And I went to this women's workshop. And one of the things they had us do is they all gave us handheld mirrors. And they told us to look into that mirror, look deep into our eyes, nowhere else. Don't look to the side, don't look up, don't look down, but right directly into your own eyes and say things like, I am beautiful. I love you. I am healthy. I am happy. I am successful. All these things, they're really hard to say. And one way for you to change that is just to practice it. The other thing you can do is you can have a friend sit across from you and look into their eyes and say those words, and ask that the friend just send you love and healing energy. Don't do anything else but to smile and give you loving, healing energy. And let me tell you, it is quite emotional. It's really over the top emotional on how you feel, because it's something that you feel deep down inside. But when you can learn to accept the compliments that people give you and learn to accept the compliments from yourself, you will find that you have a lot more love for yourself. Therefore, you can bring other people into that. You can, if you've been looking for someone in your love life, are you really loving yourself? Because that's first and foremost what you have to do. You have to love yourself. You have to be okay with who you are. And if you're not doing that, if you are not feeling that, then you're not going to be able to have that positive energy to attract that positive person into your life. So what I would recommend on this, and actually what they recommended, and I actually know people who really took this to a whole nother level. The people that were teaching the class actually said that they had a list of 20 I am statements, positive ones. And they would say the first one over and over and over and over until they could feel it in their body, in their soul, and their heart. And when they went through that one, then they went to the next one and the next one and the next one. And it literally took them a full 24 hours of doing this. And they did this all night long and all the next day to change their thought process about themselves. And it's very powerful. Now, I know that people don't have just a spare 24 hours to give, and neither did these women, but they took it upon themselves to do that. So I would recommend to start small. If you're going to do this, start out with an I am statement. Here are a few. I made a list of a few that you could start with. I am beautiful. I am healthy. I am loving. I am kind. I am energetic. I am financially abundant. I am fun. I am full of life. So those are just some different ones that I came up with, just taking a few moments, sitting down and going through them. And when you can do that in front of a mirror and take one and just keep saying it over and over and over and over. And then, if you need to, go and take a break and then come back to it, maybe the next day or the day after that, and start with that one again and say it over and over and over and over until you feel it. You really, really feel it in your body, in your soul. And then once you've done that, then you can move on to the next one. And this is all about self-love and loving yourself more. So these are just some really great ways to get to that point. And I will tell you, they are challenging. I still have problems with a few of them. I still have problems with people giving me compliments, but I'm working on it, and I'm doing a lot better than I was even a year ago. And from then, even the year before that, I'm even doing better. So it's just a restructuring of the brain that you have to do this, because this isn't something that comes naturally or easy to many of us. Especially to the empaths, we are there giving and giving and giving, and we can give compliments all day long. But then for us to be open to receiving those compliments and that self-love, that's where we need to work. And everybody else needs to work on that. Let me see if there was anything else. I made some notes. I want to make sure. I think I covered them all. So try that. Try some of those I am statements, the positive I am statements, and work with them. Give yourself a couple of weeks to just keep working over those over and over again and see if it starts changing how you feel about yourself, because it's all in the mind. It's all right up here. So take some time, write down your own, come up with some of your own, and then work on them. So hopefully that helps. Our tip for today. We have a caller on the line. It's Sophie in Eugene, Oregon. Sufi.
Hello.
Sorry about that. Hello, Sufi. How are you? Welcome to Your Time to Shine.
I'm good, and you said my name correct.
Sufi. Okay, great.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Perfect.
Thank you.
Eugene, Oregon. Wow, not too far away from me.
Where are you?
I'm in Portland.
Oh, okay. Nice. Good. So
what can I help you with
any kind of Well, I have a lot of different things I could ask, and so I'm wondering, is it, I could pick a question, or do you pick up on some energy that something that I need to hear? Those could be my two options, maybe.
I can do either.
Okay. Okay.
Let's see. Yeah. Is there a specific question that you're really wanting to ask, or we can just go for a kind of a general reading? Okay.
Okay. Well, I'm on disability right now from my job. And I'm a veteran.
Okay.
And I have a service-connected disability, and my service-connected problem is affecting my life and making it hard to work. And the goal is, I'm being advised to try to do 100% and not work at all. So I'm kind of in the process of wanting to do that. There's a few roadblocks that are in my way. Mostly it's waiting on other people. And
sure.
I feel intuitively that it is coming to me, because I think my life path I'm done with the kind of things that I've been doing, and it's been pulling me down. And if I would get this chance, it maybe would allow me to really heal and open up to my gifts and to spend time on that. So I'm curious what the universe thinks about, if this is the right path, and if what I'm hoping is going to happen is going to happen.
Okay. So first off, I just want to say thank you so very much for your service. We couldn't be the country that we are without, people like you. So thank you so very much from the bottom of my heart. You're welcome. Thank you. I'm sorry about the disability. I know sometimes that comes with the territory. Immediately I'm getting that you definitely need to go in a new direction. You are highly intuitive. And I can see that the spirit is saying, yes, working on your gifts, and expanding on those, is definitely a good direction, to take. Hang on just a second here.
Sure.
So I wanted to check in with them and ask them, and find out if going on 100% disability, how that would do for you from an emotional standpoint. And I am getting that it actually would really help you rather than, the other way around, rather than kind of put you in a depressed state. Because what you're going to do is you're going to find so many different directions that you can go and do now that you have a little bit more time, I guess you could say.
Yes.
And that I feel like you're going to start being connected. You're going to start connecting with people where you live. And one connection is going to lead to another connection that's going to lead to another connection. Have you been doing any type of healing work with your hands?
No, not with my hands, but I've had a few people ask me if I was a healer, and I'm like, well, where are you getting this from? No, I'm not. So it makes me think that maybe I'm supposed to be doing something like that.
No, I think you are. I keep hearing Reiki. Now, I don't know that necessarily. So when I hear that, it isn't necessarily meaning that would be the direction you would go. But that is more of an indication to me that you are a healer doing something with your hands. You have, wow. Yeah. My fingers and hands are like tingling all over. So I'm getting the really strong feeling that yes, you definitely are a healer. And there's a lot of things that you haven't realized yet about your gifts and abilities. And they're saying that right now is the perfect time for you to step up and start, realizing those and take steps forward to get to that point.
Okay. Yeah. And that's what I was hoping, if I were to get on this 100%, it might be depressing for some people, but for me, it allows me freedom and finances to do healing and really work on myself, which I've been extremely distracted ever since I've been out of the military for 25 years, and it's all related to what I was in. And it's
right.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, understood. So the rest of this year is really pushing people such as yourself into their path and into what it is that they're going to be doing. It's what I have been told as being called to purpose. And so you're going to, as the year continues on and continues to kind of dwindle down, you're going to feel that more and more and more, because what it is Spirit is saying, oh, she's now has waken up. Perfect. Now's the time to start interacting with her and talking with her.
Yeah.
Are you getting all kinds of signs and signals? Because they're showing me that they're leaving you little signs along the way. Are you able to pick any of those up?
I'm not sure, because I seem to have issues with my, third eye, crown chakra, maybe blocks, but I've had a couple interesting dreams. That might be the only way so far. And I forgot. I'm sorry. Synchronicity numbers, big time. I've been getting 44 like 7-8 times a day, every day since July.
Yeah.
And that's only one, and I get all the numbers, but 44 just is like, what are you trying to tell me? So
yeah. So so Google that. There's a lot of websites out there that talk about numerology. So if you look up spiritual numerology, there's a couple good websites out there, and it will talk to you about what those, because yes, you are getting messages from all the repeating numbers, and especially the one with the 4-4, you're getting that push from Spirit to say, okay, time to step up, time to start working on what it is that you planned on working with coming up in the future. Yeah. So, but look up, I don't have what that is off the top of my head, but look up 4-4, because when numbers are single, that's, it's talking about like threes. It's talking about the master, the archangels, right? Mm-hmm. But then when they start adding to it, it just amplifies their calling to you. So every time you see numbers in twos, in 2s and 3 digits, that is, that's Spirit's attention, and that's the Spirit's way of getting your attention to say, hey, I'm trying to get in touch with you, and here's the message. Also pay real close attention with your dreams, because they're going to be sending you messages through your dreams. And you're probably also going to get visits from your loved ones in your dreams as well. They're going to be coming to you with messages, with insight. And as far as blockages, you do have some blockages in your higher chakras, in your crown chakra. So there are, a Reiki practitioner could help you unblock those. But you can also do that yourself by doing some expansion exercises. Have you ever done any expansion exercises?
It is like a guided meditation or something where I'm visualizing my chakra expanding or cleared.
Yes. Yeah.
I probably have. Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, keep working on that. But like I said, a Reiki practitioner could also help you and clear those blockages. I am getting the feeling that you actually would benefit from having a Reiki session or some type of energy healing session. I think it would open you up, and I think things would become more clear. And if you can get your third eye clear and even your crown chakra cleared, then you can start working on listening for those messages. Crown chakra is all about purple. And third eye is all about the indigo blue. So, to help clear those, also, you can wear lots of really dark blue and purple. And that also helps kind of clear, or put, you can put purple pieces of fabric up, or paper, or wherever you go in the room or whatever. Put something purple that draws your eye. It could be an amethyst or something. Just that your attention is being drawn to those colors to try to open up those chakras.
Okay. That helps. Is it possible for me to ask a quick follow-up question?
Yeah, go ahead.
Well, the reason why I'm on disability, to be honest, is really mood and depression. And I've been struggling to heal that for myself very heavily since I took myself off antidepressants. And I lose hope. I tried different herbs. I tried different vitamins. I've hired a naturopath. I've had cortisol tests done. I've had neurotransmitter tests done. And not much is helping. So is there hope in my future for overcoming this?
So is it depression or anxiety?
I think it's both.
Right. Okay. So I'm not going to minimize, what you have been through during your military stint. I'm sure there's a lot of it with that, but I will say beyond that, a lot of what you're feeling is the anxiety of spirit being around you, because they're seeing that you're opening up. And so you're like a light. Right? You're like a beacon. Yeah. And so they're coming to you. Okay. And so your flight or fight response is being activated because of that. Yes, there is hope. To answer your question in short, do some things like, the grounding meditations as well are really good. Expansion meditations, expansion exercises are, really good. And actually, if you go over to my Facebook page, which is Your Time to Shine, I can give you some ideas of where to go to find some of those things. So look me up on Your Time to Shine, because actually we're getting ready. We're coming down to the end of our show already. But I am happy to continue this discussion with you offline.
Great.
So
thank you.
Perfect. Well, thank you so much. And have a great night. Thank you for tuning in.
Thank you. Thank you too. Namaste.
Okay. Bye. All right, everyone. Well, that is it for tonight. That wraps us up. Once again, tune in next week. I will be here. Check us out. My new Facebook page, I've updated it. Your Time to Shine. Go and check it out. Also, wingsofsoulswithjulie.com. You can contact me there as well. Everyone have a great night. We'll talk to you next week.